Recently I have been into a lot of self-realization teachings, really taking it deeper, right? The awareness aspect. But I've also been brushing up a lot on my empowerment and create your own reality teachings. And some of that has come through Neville Goddard lectures, which are so abundantly here on YouTube. And he's a great speaker, and he really is good at explaining the principles of creating your own reality. And one thing he talks about a lot is living in the end. Living in the end goal. And, that's something that I talk about on my channel as well a lot too. So I thought, why not do a video about it, actually explaining why you need to be living in the end and just brushing up your memory, because I know you've heard this concept before, yet it is something that everybody constantly forgets. Living in the end goal. We constantly just go back to our old perspective of viewing the goal as over there, and that there's this mountain in the middle that we need to climb still to get to the goal. So let's get back a little bit and start with, okay, what does Neville Goddard mean when he says living in the end? One thing that I love that he explains, right? It's so simple. He basically says that you are in constant communication with this greater power. Ultimately, you are the self. You are the God principle. You are that higher self that we always talk about. And so there's this constant communication going on between you and it, you can say, your small self and your higher self. And every single time you really visualize, or you really have this desire and you start working towards it, and you see yourself kind of living that life, that higher self has gotten the message. God has gotten the message. The universe, whatever you want to call it, has gotten the message. And that you don't need to constantly keep reminding it through countless visualizations or all these different techniques for manifestation. You don't need to constantly keep reminding it of what you want. It knows. It has that intelligence. It knows exactly where your expansion is leading you. It knows what you truly desire. Because a desire is that's all it is. It's just your expansion. A desire causes you to expand, forces you to expand. So Neville said that you are in constant communication with this God principle, with this energy, intelligence, so that you don't need to constantly remind it of your desire, yet you need to just firmly establish the energy of your desire in your present day reality. So get clear on what it is that you want, right? And start to live in the end as if you have already achieved what you desire. Now, this is something similar to reality transurfing and what we learn in the law of attraction teachings. So you see, there's so many similarities because that is the truth. It feels good as well, so it shows you that is more inclined with the truth. Yet why is it that we constantly forget to live in the end as if we had already achieved our goals? It's because we're too focused on our existing circumstances. And deep down, we have such beliefs that, no, it's not possible, that we can't change. Whereas if your higher self has already gotten the message, it already knows what you want, and it's trying to help you get there, why do we constantly focus on our existing circumstances and live with the belief that it's not possible? Yet we know that if we were just to constantly continue to live in the end and view our life like everything that we want is already achieved, be that happy, be that fulfilled, feel that relief that you would feel if you had already, that amount of money in your bank account or that position at your company, right? Why do we continue to do that? It's all based on your ability to control your focus. That's what it always comes down to. And that's why I preach meditation so hard, because that's one of the effects of meditation, being able to focus on actually what you want rather than whatever is going on in your mind. Okay, so this is something that you have to perfect over time if you want to start creating the life that you want. Being able to live in the end by constantly directing your focus in a way where you are just always thinking, or at least for the majority of the time, right? You don't have to be like such a Nazi with your thoughts and everything, but be more aware. Direct your thoughts more and more often to the thoughts that you would be having if you were already living the life that you desire right now. So constantly put yourself in the perspective of that future self, so that literally you start to embody the energy of your desired self, of your desired reality. And as you start to embody the energy of your desired self by living in the end, literally your circumstances, everything that you see in the physical, which is nothing but thought forms solidified, seemingly solidified, but they're not even really solidified. Everything you see around you will start to shift and start to vibrate at a similar frequency as the energy that you are embodying. And so if you are constantly living in the end and embodying the energy of the end, the circumstances will start to move in a way which will reflect to you more and more the end that you desire. And so Neville said this before many people are currently saying it, and it's brilliant, being ahead of his time and whatnot. But this principle is so relevant. It is one of the most important things in this whole creating your own reality topic or realm. This is why this is something you must master. And so to just give you a couple of tips on how to start doing this: 1, get really clear about what it is that you want. 2, start to think about, what will my life look like once I already have all of the things that I want, once I am the person that I want to become, once I have achieved the success that I want to achieve. Get a clear vision of that. Start to visualize yourself being there more and more and more, because the more you place your awareness in that reality, the more you will start to learn about that reality, the more that reality will become yours, the more you will feel comfortable within the context of that dream life. Until you feel comfortable within the context of that dream life, it cannot become real for you. So place your awareness there more and more. And by doing that, you can set yourself up to have a proper understanding of what the end looks like, of what that desired reality actually looks and feels and is like, so that you can now come back to your present day life, your present moment, and start to embody that same energy that you felt in your visualizations in the now. So what if you can't do certain things yet? You can still feel as free as you would feel if you were able to do those things. Learn how to control your attention in a way where your attention is not controlling you. Circumstances aren't controlling you. Circumstances aren't controlling the way you feel, the thoughts that you think, but rather you controlling all of those things by becoming the master of your attention. And so by doing this and by choosing again and again to live in the end, you will set yourself up to allow your circumstances to reshape themselves according to your vibration. Just to give you one example of how I'm currently doing this with my goals. So right now, because I'm into the self-realization teachings and trying to realize higher and higher levels of consciousness, I constantly visualize myself operating from higher levels of consciousness. Right? It doesn't even have to be like a vivid visualization exactly of like what that looks like, but I know what that feels like. I know that feels like happiness, relief, oneness, love, bliss. So constantly embodying those traits more and more throughout my daily life, whatever I'm doing. It could be making this video, it could be, doing some editing, or it could be doing a client coaching call. Whatever it is, doing it from that energy. Take care of the energy part, and the circumstances will take care of themselves. They will start to reflect what you desire, because you are living in the end. Okay? So that's what Neville Goddard meant when he said, live in the end. By constantly living in the end, you become a vibrational match to the end. If you continue to live in the perspective of the now, where you constantly are like, man, I have so many things to do, I have so many things to fear, and my goal lies over there, then all you will ever manifest is a reality in which that is the case again and again and again, because that is what you're vibrating, that is your energy. Okay? So put this into practice, and don't forget this principle. It's something that I sometimes forget as well, and I have to constantly like remember this whole thing and just place my energy and just do this energy audit type of thing. But that's all I have for today's video. If you enjoyed it, give me a thumbs up and share this video with a friend who would also find it helpful, okay? If you want one-on-one coaching with me, learning how to accelerate your reality with principles just like this, click the link in the description box below, okay? But other than that, subscribe to this channel, and I will see you in the next video.